Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in a video today, and we're going to be talking about the most recent MLB trade as the Boston Red Sox have traded for Adalberto Mondesi, infielder for the Kansas City Royals, but shortstop, third baseman, and second base. So, yeah, I mean, this is an all right trade. I mean, he didn't play a lot in 2022. Also, it was reported that the Red Sox are receiving Mondesi and another player that will be named later. And then the Royals received reliever Josh Taylor, who is not bad himself. So we've seen the Royals make some new additions to their relief pitching in the last week, signing Adoldis Chapman and now adding in Josh Taylor. So their reliefs, their bullpen has gotten better, but they lost a bat yesterday, and Michael A. Taylor, and now they lose another person in Mondesi, who did not play much, barely played at all in 2022. I think he had some injury problems because he only played 15 games. In those 15 games, he had 7 hits. Really struggled in 2000. Well, he didn't struggle; he just didn't play enough. Batting average was 140, but didn't play enough. That was the only season because the past prior seasons before that, his past 4 is that 4? No, that's his prior seasons. The last 4 seasons, he didn't bat below 230. 230 in 2021, 256 in 2020, 291 not 291. Okay, let's go over this again. I read that wrong. In 2021, that I was reading, never mind. Okay, in 2021, he had 230. In 2020, 256, and then in 2019, he had 263, and in 2018, he had a 2018 batting average. So it's kind of getting worse by the year. 2018 to 2019, it dropped by 13, then it dropped by 7, then it dropped by 26, and then it dropped by 90. So, that's only in 15 games. Let's go by 2021, which he didn't play much games there either. We'll go by there to see what his stats were in 2021. 2021, he played 35 games, with 29 hits, 17 RBIs, 6 home runs. And then the year before that, in 2020, he had 6 home runs and 22 RBIs, which is pretty good in that year, and played 59 games, that was a shortened season, so that was almost every game. I think that was what was that season, 62 games with COVID. So in that case, he had a good 2020 season with the shortened season. His best year, though, was the 2019 season. He played 102 games with 109 hits and 9 home runs and 62 RBIs. Now, when you look at him, he's not a bad player. He's not really, the hitting type player. He's a great infielder. I mean, I watched a couple of his highlights, and looking at like some of this 2018 and 2019 highlights, this kid, infield-wise, he is a great defensive player, and that's probably one of the reasons why Boston wanted to bring him in. I know that Boston has a little bit of a problem with shortstop going into the season. That's maybe why they made this trade. Trevor Story is not going to be available. Maybe he is going to be their starting shortstop until Trevor Story is available for them. So that means he'll be playing there. So, I mean, he's young, too. He's 27. This kid made MLB history, too, and in his first career MLB bat. He was the first ever MLB player to have his first bat in his major league debut in the World Series. I don't know if that's happened since then, but he did make history with that. So, he's still young, right? I mean, he's been playing since 2015, since the World Series, but He's 27 right now. We're in 2023. This kid was made his major league debut when he was 19 or 20. It's either 19 or 20. So that's insane. That young making your MLB debut, they brought him in because he had a bunch of speed and in his infield and how good of an infielder he was. But, right now he's 27, and in 2015, that makes him, 19 or 20, whichever one. So he was young making his MLB debut. So, yeah, I think this kid, he's, like I said, he's young. I don't think he'll play much. I think that, he is coming into a position that the Red Sox didn't have a lot of shortstops with Trevor Story injured, so maybe he does play a little bit until Trevor Story comes back. He might miss about 65-70% of the season, maybe more or maybe less. I don't know. So yeah, we'll see how he does. He's not the best hitting player. I mean, he's an alright hitter. He's just more of a defensive guy, and he has great speed. That's what I love about him. I mean, look how many I'm looking at his stats right now. He had a lot of triples too in his career. He has 20 triples. So yeah, I mean, and he averages about 10 triples in a season. So that's how much speed he has, and he does have some pop. When he can hit the baseball, it doesn't look like he can't hit the ball, but he's just more of a defensive player and more of a speedy guy. But we'll see how he does with Boston. We'll see what other player Boston got. Probably just a prospect that no one really knows. But also, this isn't bad for Kansas City. You're getting rid of a guy. First, I know he's been all right, but you're getting rid of a guy that in 2021 and 2022 has just not played a lot, has struggled. I get he had a good 2019 season and he had a good shortened 2020 season. But since then, he's just not, I guess he's had injury problems, or if not injury problems, he's, been on the bench. But, yeah, I think this is a good move for Kansas City as well. I think this is a good move for both teams because Kansas City is adding in yet another reliever after signing Chapman the other day. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the trade, and peace out.